Definition of a coup. A coup d'état, or coup, is the sudden overthrow of a government, often by a small group within the state, typically the military. Coups may be successful, resulting in regime change. Failed, attempted but unsuccessful in toppling the government. 2. Historical overview. Early coups post-independence, 1950s to 1960s. The first wave of African coups occurred in the years following independence, as newly formed nations struggled with governance, economic development, and the legacies of colonialism. Examples: Togo, 1963, Africa's first post-independence coup overthrew and assassinated President Sylvanus Olympio. Congo, 1965, Mobutu Sese Seko seized power, establishing a long and authoritarian rule. 1970s and 1980s were the era of frequent coups. Many African countries saw repeated coups during this period, often driven by Cold War rivalries, as global powers supported different factions. Military leaders frequently justified coups as necessary to combat corruption or mismanagement. Post-Cold War period, 1990s to 2000s. The end of the Cold War saw a decline in coups as international pressure for democracy increased. Democratic transitions became more common, though coups still occurred in nations like Sierra Leone, 1997, and Côte d'Ivoire, 1999. Recent trends, 2010s to 2020s. A resurgence of coups has occurred, particularly in West Africa and the Sahel region, often linked to security crises, jihadist insurgencies, and dissatisfaction with, leading to years of turmoil. Mali, 2020 and 2021. 2 coups occurred in rapid succession, driven by dissatisfaction with the government's handling of security issues. Sudan, 2021. Military leaders overthrew the transitional government, stalling the country's progress toward democracy. 5. Regional patterns. West Africa. Countries like Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea have experienced multiple coups, driven by political instability and security challenges. Central Africa. Nations like Chad, the Central African Republic, and the Democratic Republic of Congo have seen frequent military interventions. Southern Africa. Relatively fewer coups, but notable examples include Zimbabwe's 2017 military intervention that led to Robert Mugabe's resignation. North Africa. Coups have often been tied to broader geopolitical shifts, such as the 2013 military takeover in Egypt following the Arab Spring. 6. Impacts of coups. Political instability. Frequent coups disrupt governance and often lead to cycles of instability and further coups. Economic consequences. Coups deter foreign investment and development aid, harming economic growth. Human rights abuses. Many coups lead to authoritarian rule marked by repression and rights violations. Undermine democracy. Even in countries transitioning to democracy, coups undermine trust in civilian governance. 7. Responses to coups. International condemnation. Organizations like the African Union, AU, and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, often condemn coups and impose sanctions. Mediation efforts. Regional and international actors sometimes mediate to restore civilian rule, though results vary. Popular support. In some cases, coups have popular support due to dissatisfaction with civilian leaders, complicating international responses. 8. Future outlook. Continued challenges, such as economic hardship, governance issues, and regional instability, suggest that coups may persist in some regions. However, strengthening political institutions, fostering inclusive governance, and addressing root causes of discontent could reduce their frequency. Let me know if you'd like to explore specific examples or dive deeper into a particular region or time period. Kindly subscribe for more about Africa.